I met a gypsy.
You know, initially deciding to go from soccer to league, like, you know, the first year or two was really lonely because I didn't have really that much friends. Like, they were my mates in the sense we rocked up, we played together, they respected me. But I didn't really have a friend that, like, you know, me and him would hang out and do whatever in rugby league. And so obviously didn't have any outside rugby league because that's all I did. So that was tough. But then I ended up getting to debut. And I even remember specifically, like, so like I'd been basically close to debuting for quite a while, ended up debuting, but there were still senior players that, like, didn't really speak to me because I just didn't really fit in that well.
Yeah.
But I still remember the night. It was like halfway through the season. I'd been playing first grade for a bit, playing really good footy, and Sean Berrigan pulled me aside. He's
hard
like
man.
He's a hard man. Great international, great player. If you don't follow footy, just a gun. Like, played for Australia, played for Queensland, and he was just like, first of all, this is the first time I found out I was weird, but anyway, he goes, listen, and we're on the drink out, like we were talking about before. Blokes talking to each other on the drink. On the drink out, he goes, listen, we all think you're a bit of a weird cunt, but we respect you. And so, like, most people will be like, hang on a sec, what did you just say that first bit? But all I was like, oh my, like, it was such a moment for me. Like, all these boys respect, I've earned their respect. But yeah, it was also the first time I was like, I don't kind of feel like I'm weird. Like, that's fucked. But no, I remember the moment of, like, just finally fitting into that kind of environment. But I didn't even know where we're going with that. Where were we at?
Fucking good story though.
Yeah, well, fuck. Maybe I've just fucking taken us down there because I wanted to tell that story. I don't know.
I love the story though. I'm here for it. That whole, like, not fitting in and the senior players, like, it's funny, there's like a thing that I think happens that's just such like a natural pecking order essentially.
Yeah.
Like when I go into the gym, like, you see a new dude come through the door and you're just like, enjoy the 2 weeks, bros.
Yeah, you're getting tailed up.
We'll fucking see you never because you ain't coming back.
100%.
And you get those people, like, there would be people that you could tell that story to and be like, well, no, it's fucked that they didn't talk to you.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, wait a minute. There's that many people that are in this revolving door, and there's probably like 7 or 8 guys that are like solid and there for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And if you're on the outside of that group, like, it actually makes sense once you're in that environment how that can actually happen.
For sure. I think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
And I think that I do like the next generation has been given more opportunity, and it's more, I guess, egalitarian, where young people... I respect it. And, like, I came from a generation where you literally just didn't talk. You went and got coffees. They'd treat you like shit. Because, and it may sound like, I think to a lot of people, or maybe the younger generation or on the internet or whatever, if you told some of the stories, they'd be like, that's bullying.
Ruthless, yeah.
That's, abuse, and, you're going to be scarred for life. And look, I'm not speaking to other people's experience, so I'm not sitting and saying that doesn't happen at all. Yeah. I'm just speaking to my experience. And in my experience, it's about finding out, are you going to earn the right to put on this jersey that we all bled for?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people forget that that's just a piece of material.
Yeah.
What makes that piece of material special? It's the men and women that have come before you and sacrificed. The men and women for 25 years, at the start of the 25 years, a lot of them didn't get paid.
Yeah,
a lot of them did it for the love of it. They built up the recognition. Why you put that shirt on, you feel so proud. They built that literally with their blood and their sweat and their tears.
Yeah.
And so that's why I do think it's important. Now, I do understand that we have to give a little bit because the generation coming through now is different. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different. Like, I'm not a hater, an old guy going, you should fucking tell every young guy up and that comes in or whatever.
Yeah.
So we do have to give a little. But I also think there is a lot of value in saying, are you not... because you're a young, good player, you deserve this jersey. No, the other way around. Are you worthy of putting this jersey on? Or are you, in motocross, I'm sure are you worthy of...
riding for this team.
Riding for this team, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a reputation that's been built by people that have sacrificed way fucking more than you.
Yeah.
You're not entitled to anything. It's the guys that are willing to go through some bad stuff. And look, as I said, if you said on the internet what it was, people would lose their minds. But it teaches you to, like, appreciate what you do when you get there, but also you let everyone else know that jersey means more to me than even my own, what I want.
Yeah,
so I might,
it's bigger than
me.
The sum of its parts.
Exactly. So yeah, okay, I might be a bit sooky that you said my hair was shit and I fucking this,
You're
that,
a
and the next
weirdo.
thing. I'm a weirdo, like, or I'm a bum, and like there'd be little things like this is just the surface. Like you'd walk in and Hodjo might be like, mate, fucking one call to the coach and you're fucking out of here. You're a bum, like just stuff like that. You're an 18-year-old wigging out, going, holy moly. And so it was kind of just daily banter, kind of like that. And there would be worse stuff than that and less stuff than that. But again, you're proving to them. And at the time, I didn't even know it.
Yeah. It's not that. It's an old head mentality.
It's an old head mentality.
To know, yeah.
I just thought, holy shit! Like what I didn't realize is if they aren't talking to you, that's
a
the
real
problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And so I think that we can be better at explaining that to the younger men and women that come through.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, it's a test. It's not that they don't like you. They just want to see whether you are worthy of. Because like when you think about it from their perspective as well, they went through it. So what?
Yeah.
To
What
earn
makes
their
you
jersey,
different? Yeah.
what makes you better than them when they went through a harder time? We always soften as generation comes, and so I think that rite of passage is really, really important. Like I really do. It shows that you are willing to put aside your own, because like it's a team sport as well.
Yeah.
So you're willing to put aside your own personal feelings for the greater good. The greater good is that jersey, and that's how you win premierships. You know, I was fortunate enough to be a part of the widest squad in 2006 when we won the premiership.
Yeah.
I didn't play in the actual team, but I was in the squad that trained every day and all that kind of stuff. And that was what it was about. It wasn't about the individual. And it's easy to say these words and people go, yeah, it's about the team.
Yeah.
But until you've been in a team environment and, you know, there's a 110 kilo guy running at you and you know in your head that you're probably going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Will you put your head there?
Yeah.
If you're thinking about yourself, you won't.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about the team, you will.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, yeah, I'd do it. But would you do it, bro?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No. Me personally? No.
That's why I'm not in the that's why I'm in the footy team. And so that rite of passage, it even like army camps we used to go on.
Yeah, dude.
It was all about breaking us and seeing who, and you would be shocked. Have you ever been on like an SAS camp or anything like that?
I filmed a commercial for the US Army.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, when I was in the US.
Fuck.
And dude, it was fucking hectic.
Yeah.
Like there was like Black Hawks. It was the whole deal. And then I got to be mates with one of the sergeants that run the training courses.
Yeah.
But yeah, same deal. You know, they're just like breaking a person to see like how they react in that situation. And it was interesting. Like you and Benny Hannett last night were talking about the camp that you guys did in 06, and it's like the most brutal camp that you could have done in the office. Well, the most brutal camp that was ever done at the Broncos was the same year they won a premiership.
Yeah,
and it's just like coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so this camp was 6 days, and it was 6 days of SAS.
Yeah.
What they do for SAS. So to get into the tippity top of the Australian Army, the difference is that we did it for 6 days, and it was like I lost 10 kilos.
Fuck.
Yeah, like Darius lost 12 kilos. We had ticks on us, leeches on us. Like it's intense, you know. As we were saying last night, you know, your listeners probably won't hear that podcast, but
Which they should. They can go
to Bloke and Bar if you want.
Yeah.
You know, we had to kill chickens to eat. We didn't eat for 2
How
days.
gnarly is that, bro?
Just chucked it at us and said, if you want to eat, there you go. And so I'm wigging out going,
I don't know how to kill a chicken.
yeah, and I don't want to kill a chicken. I'm like, gone all fucking,
yeah.
like, I don't want to kill chickens.
You died of starvation in another world.
And then Brad Thorne just goes, give it here. Boom, rips its head straight off. And I was like, oh my God. But again, it's all about breaking people down and seeing, like, a lot of people think they've got what it takes.
Yeah.
But you just don't know. And this is not me sitting here saying, I'm a tough guy, because I'm not. I'm the opposite of that. Like,
yeah, you know that you know now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't enjoy it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did excel in that environment, but not because I was sitting there going into it saying I'm
this
tough.
Is great. And
yeah. Whereas, like, you'd be surprised. You could have the guy that, you know, looks the toughest, you know, and you go, mate, he's gonna kill it. The mere fit, everything. Some dweeby, nerdy, doesn't speak much or whatever, and you'd be surprised at the way different people react. Like it honestly, it's actually a good exercise to do as well, because like you see a lot of strength in people that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And so that's, again, it's all a part of the rite of passage. It's all a part of seeing, like, what are they made of when the chips are really down?
Yeah.
Do they like go inwards and care about themselves, or do they open up and say, let's go together as a team?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I understand that we need to obviously always listen and improve. But I do think
there's some value
there's
to that.
got to be some value. It's
yeah.
been around for hundreds of thousands of years.
Oh, dude.
You know, and I'm not talking about like crazy stuff or anything like that. We got to get rid of that, like dangerous, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think there is definitely benefit to going.
Yeah.
It's like a sifter.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like sifting through like who's a waste of time and who's not.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.